Tim Whetstone is the member for Chaffey. Good to have you back with us on Flow on 2022 and Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you, Ricky. Great to be with you.
We had a good chat with you just before the Christmas break. Looking forward to the Yabbies in the river. We might talk about that a bit later, but the bigger movement today has been on this deployment of a rapid antigen test pick-up site at the old Glossop High School.
Yeah, so look, it is great news for the Riverland in particular, but I think it alleviates the fear that people had that we were going to have just a single pick-up point in metropolitan Adelaide, and those rat collection sites will now be opened up right around regional South Australia. But today we're talking about Glossop, and that is the first of the regional pick-up points. And I think it's great news for everyone that it has to have a test, and it takes the pressure off having to line up for a PCR test that was giving everyone a level of anxiety, I think. And I think we move on and we move to try and make life a little bit easier.
Yeah, and you mean the anxiety, you mean sort of about taking a PCR test, the rapid antigen test, nowhere near as intrusive?
No, it's not as intrusive, but I think it was the wait, the lines, the waiting. We've got the rat test is a 15-minute process where some people were doing the PCR test, and having to wait 24, 48 hours to get your results back does give people, as I said, that level of anxiety. And I think that the rat testing or is something that will fast track and take away that level of frustration.
And how is the need to have extra health staff deployed to deal with the pandemic situation in the Riverland? How's that affected local health services? I have to confess, I was up there for a holiday with relatives from interstate, and we whizzed through quicker than a McDonald's drive-through at Berry Hospital for a test. So that experience, maybe the health services handled it pretty well.
Yeah, look, I think they're fine-tuning. They're getting better at it, and they're streamlining the processes now. And it was good to hear that you went in there and whizzed through, got in, got out in a matter of minutes. So I think that's good news, and it also gives people that level of assurity that if they are feeling a little bit off colour or feeling unwell, to go in there, get your test, and you won't be waiting in a long line. You won't be waiting for lots of hours to get your results back. And I think it just gives people some confidence to be part of the process and part of a much more speedy process now.
Yep. Now, just to pick up something, you had some pretty strong comments towards the end of last year about new independent speaker Dan Cregan previously. There's been this push on in the last few days about getting Parliament to resume right now or in February. Do you think MPs are best placed to be doing their work in the community right now going up to an election, or back in North Terrace?
Well, look, I personally think that we're better off out in our communities, giving out the information. Obviously we're talking about the rat collection site opening in Glossop, and it's about spreading that word, making sure that people understand all the information they need. And I'd have to say that my office have been absolutely run off their feet over the last, well, I was going to say a couple of months, but it really has been a 2-year process. But as people become more concerned with the impacts of COVID, the borders are open now. We need to have that steady stream of information flowing, so that people can feel that they are getting the information they need, they are getting their questions answered, and if they do need a test, that we've now got the rat test in Glossop for collection. We've also got PCR tests at our health institutions that are, as you've said, are very streamlined, quick, and it is more of an invitation rather than a burden on people that are feeling a bit off colour.
Just lastly, speaking of a steady stream of information, the river is certainly not a steady stream at the moment, being up there recreationally. You're a water skiing enthusiast yourself. Nice strong current, good for the environment, but a little bit hazardous as well in places.
Yeah, look, it is, and the river has a lot of unknowns below the surface. We can't see the bottom. We can't see, in some instances, we can't see the flow, and for those visitors that are coming up and unaware of, I guess, I wouldn't say the dangers, but they could be if you are not aware. And as you've said, we've got good flow in the river. We've got, we've got holes. We've got all sorts of the unknowns on the floor of the river. And so we also ask people to be boat safe and river safe, knowing the rules, not making sure you've got a life jacket on, because yes, we had a young girl lost her life down at Swan Reach over the holiday period, and that was just a simple accident. And we have to make sure that all of our visitors are aware of the dangers, but also aware of the safety aspects that you should use should you go out into the river.
Yeah, it certainly seems to me from my younger days growing up on the river, life jackets are now almost an essential when you go swimming in the river.
Yeah, definitely, Ricky. I think it's imperative now that we've had. There's so many moving parts. So when you go out into the river, whether you're out in the tinny or out in the ski boat, having a ski or out yabbying, as you've said, plenty of yabbies in the river at the moment. The recreation and the fun. Sometimes people aren't unaware of some of the challenges that they face when they go out into the river, and I just urge them, please, use all the precautions to keep yourself safe.
Well, Tim Whetstone, great to catch up with you again for the start of 2022. Much appreciated, and we'll catch you again soon.
Yeah, all the best for 22.